The LMC casts a wide net over the Sound Shore to bring you local event info, profiles, and conversations. Recorded in the heart of the village in Mamaroneck Cinemas at the studio on the Avenue, LMC Media brings you the LMC Cast Community Profiles.
Welcome to the LMC Cast, the video podcast where we spotlight the people and organizations making a difference right here in our community. I'm your host, Matt Sullivan, Executive Director of LMC Media. Today, we're joined by someone whose passion for service and community building has made a tremendous impact across Westchester and beyond. Jim Killoran, Executive Director of the Fuller Center for Housing of Greater New York. Jim and his team have been on the front lines of providing affordable housing and revitalizing neighborhoods through hands-on community involvement. We'll be talking about inspiring work of the Fuller Center, their partnerships with local groups, including LMC Media, and their upcoming Walk for Homes event, which brings people together to raise awareness and support for affordable housing right here in our own backyard. Jim, welcome to the LMC Cast. It's great to have you.
It's good to be back home.
Yeah, welcome. You're always welcome here in Mamaroneck. You've done a lot here. Tell me a little bit about the Fuller Center and the mission.
Well, Millard Fuller was the founder of Habitat with his wife, Linda, and when he turned 70, they asked him to leave. It's not a competition with Habitat, but it's our 20th anniversary of the Fuller Center.
Wow, congrats.
Millard spoke here many times. You go to the White House, there's a sidewalk in their honor. I was there when he and Mrs. Shriver received one from President Bush. The Clintons gave him Presidential Award of Freedom. President Carter brought notoriety to the mission.
Right.
But President Carter said if it wasn't for Millard and Linda Fuller, I never would have done what I did after I got so. But there are a lot of, this is home for us in terms of ground zero in a good way, where we did our first home, and the faith community came together, and you grew up with one of your friends who lived in one of our homes.
Right, right.
The expertise that I've gotten from the flood rebuilds here, 4 times, millions of dollars worth of work. Blue Jean insulation, which you see, donated to every home and every hurricane. So what I learned here, I went out to Hurricane Sandy, and we did $9 million of work in the Rockaways. LMC came out.
Yes, we did.
And last year we were in Connecticut, where 2 people died in a flood.
Yeah.
So we've become disaster experts.
Right.
And really it's because the power of these hands and volunteerism. We've got 2 clubs at the high school that volunteer with us. We just did a veterans home in Mamaroneck.
Great.
As we go into Veterans Week, I'll dedicate this to Jim Lass, who just passed, and we're going to honor a local veteran, Janine Mangalillo, who was Air Force, who went into construction with the Anna Vinius Ward, at our Walk for Homes, which is this Sunday. Registration 12 o'clock, Constitution Park, St. Augustine's Church, for 23 years have helped to sponsor that. And walks are historic in history. Moses, Martin Luther King, Millard Fuller did a 1,500-mile walk to bring attention. And this is really always gives us a stop, kicking off the holidays.
Right.
And so many people that are here have a home.
Right. We're
in a crisis of housing. That was the number one issue yesterday in every election.
Right.
How are we going to make intergenerational Sullivans and Killorans so our kids and our grandkids and every senior that's out here watching this who won't have heat tonight or electricity because they can't pay their taxes or their bill, or Gen Zs who can't believe they can own a home and have a family. That's our mission more than ever, and that's why this Walk for Home is vital for people to come and get on board and make a donation, too.
Right. Very important work.
Absolutely.
Jim, I'm always amazed by the amount of reach that you guys have, the amount of people who come out and volunteer. You know, I go back always to Hurricane Ida and the work that you guys did right here in Larchmont, Mamaroneck, rebuilding homes and pitching in any way, shape, and form that you guys could. It really went a long way and was appreciated by so many people. Tell us a little bit about your the need for volunteers and how people can get involved with the organization.
You know, in this world of AI and cell phones and computers, we want people actually to get away from those and learn to build and grow food again. We actually have a lot of community gardens as well. But building, you know, we have a 61-year young CEO who just started 2 weeks ago, and he can't get enough out there building. We have high school kids. We just had a high school group yesterday from the city.
Right.
We have a high school advisory board in Manhattan and a financial advisory board of companies who come out. We want everyone watching this to go out and volunteer. At the end of the day, And we just had 9/11 not long ago, and we're building memorial benches this year for the 25th anniversary in memory of those that passed. At the end of the day, we're all put in life to help each other. And in a second, your home is gone. This community knows that more than ever.
Yeah.
And we know, Matt, your own family, right?
Yeah.
And so in a second, so helping each other, being resilient, getting away from electronics, and having fun do it. And we teach people, thousands, not me, my guys. I like to work on a roof because I'm taller, so I don't fall as far. Think of that one. But you know, learning to build is a skill we took out of all of our education.
Right.
And, you know, God bless Bill Gates. He loves we're all on a computer.
Right.
I want us away from that at least one day,
Right.
a month, a week, as much as you want, from retirees to young.
Right. Well, I think it's important to bring people together, right? And that's sort of our LMC's tagline is building community through media, which is, you know, aligned with what you guys do.
Right.
And I think it's really at the heart of, you know, what we need now in communities across the country, where we've moved away from that one-on-one connection and we've sort of siloed ourselves in this digital realm.
I mean, I'm addicted to my cell phone, or I'll text at night, or, you know, and the beauty, and we call it the theology of the hammer or love in the mortar joints. You don't know if you're next to the Jew or the Muslim or the Catholic or the atheist. It's all together, building a home with sweat equity, whether you say Alhamdulillah or praise the Lord or Shabbat Shalom, and getting out there and building real community.
Yep.
We don't have that. This LMC came out, the team, and maybe we'll do another team day, I hope, Matt, that and help me out in Hurricane Sandy and got the word out. So many people are from this community after what we did here. So we're building community, and it's relational. Our ministry is relational. It's everyone is important. Say, I tried to call this group and I couldn't volunteer for 3 weeks. Oh no, we want you tomorrow.
You want everybody,
And you got to have fun.
Right.
You got no babysitting, no matter what age.
Right.
And getting out there, getting dirty, and learning to do that. Now, there's more than just building.
Right.
Helping with a special event.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that with your Walk for Homes.
Yeah.
What is it? How can people get involved?
So the Walk for Homes was started by St. Augustine's, really because we did our first home here, and so Ann Avinius, Ann from the church, the faith community, and so and the Parters, who you know, started the first Mamaroneck Club with me at the high school.
Yes.
So, and they lived right near there. So we have a simple 2-mile walk. People raise money. You can text 44321. Text "We Build" to 44321. We Build to 44321, and make a donation. But also come out. You have a T-shirt. You have a hat you can get, and meet others, and really see what it's about. We have a lot of youth, and we made a real commitment to youth.
Yeah.
They're the future.
Right.
Now, the senior watching this is important, and we want the high school kid from America to help work on the seniors' home that needs our help, and that happens. We're creating an intergenerational community, too.
Right.
So this walk is important. It's visible. You know, kind of the underlying theme is homes, not high-rises. Right. I just passed 21 high-rises that no one can afford. Our kids or your staff can't in New Rochelle. And really, all that good is not gold. One of the panels fell off of the first building they made. They're throwing these up. The minute they start to try to throw high-rises up here in Mamaroneck is the day that you'll lose the soul of this great village. And you don't want to do that. Nashville, there's articles in the Realty that Nashville has now lost its uniqueness because they threw up high-rises that aren't filling. Right. So it is, and I'm not against development, but how do we build an intergenerational New York? And TOD, to me, they call it transit-oriented development, is FOD, flood-oriented development. We keep stuffing people by the trains, closer to the city, and then you put parking lots, and you put buildings, and it increases the flooding. Let's build a new Mamaroneck, keep this one amazing, a new Mount Vernon, a new New York City. You know, New York's surrounded by water. Long Island, you know, Hutchinson River Parkway.
We live in the water. We have to learn how to deal with it.
No one thinks we are.
Yeah.
So, and on top of that, we've given out 1,750 sandbags.
Well, yeah, it's always helpful.
Just because I want you to be resilient, and then we can help you learn on that. So, we don't want you to put yourself at risk during water. Never drive through it, but make your home more resilient, and we're experts on that. We've even gone in the creeks, pulled out engines out of the Sawmill River, tires, New Rochelle Creek doesn't flood anymore. Put 300 volunteers in there. So, and it's fun doing it because to get away from these electronics.
Right.
We used to play as kids. Was it fun as a kid?
Right, absolutely.
Well,
Get on your bike, do stuff, converse with people, and that's what you guys do, bring people together and make change. So,
absolutely.
Jim, if people want to get involved with the organization, what's the best way to do so?
You want to volunteer at fullercenterny.org. We have a local Mamaroneck committee. Oscar is part of that.
Yes, wonderful man.
Ned Roseberry helps us from BC alum. We have a lot of great people. Kids, and then you also can go to our website, fullercenterny.org, make a donation. We're building our capacity for the future and building leaders all the time.
Right.
I don't know how long God will keep me. I've been doing it for 35 years, but I'm always creating leaders behind me. Steve, high school leaders. Evan who was a leader. You're a leader. How do we keep and you saw two people come to a house who are BC alumni who knew what to do.
Right.
And the more we teach people on that, the more we're going to keep multiplying out the simple mission, like great community with LMC and a simple, decent home that people can afford in one of the greatest states in the country, New York.
It's all about community, Jim.
Can
and
we do it, Matt?
We appreciate everything you do. Of course we can do it.
Absolutely.
We do it with our neighbors and friends and people like you. So, Jim, thank you so much for joining us on today's show and for everything that you do and the Fuller Center does to strengthen our communities and give families a place to call home. If you'd like to get involved, support, or learn more about the Fuller Center for Housing of Greater New York, including how to participate in the upcoming Walk for Homes, you can visit their website or follow them on social media for all the details. And of course, stay tuned to the LMC Cast for more conversations with local leaders, change makers, and organizations shaping the Sound Shore community. I'm Matt Sullivan. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on the LMC Cast.
Thank you for listening to the LMC Cast Community Profiles, produced at LMC Media's studio on the Avenue. Visit lmcmedia.org to book your time in this state-of-the-art convenient location, walkable from the Metro North train station on Mamaroneck Avenue. You can also support this nonprofit media center at lmcmedia.org/donate.